Self-control. Do you have it? Welcome and hello again. I am pleased to come before you with another daily devotional thought. And I was here yesterday and I alluded to some of it yesterday, but I didn't go into all of it. So I'm going to go into all of it today. Today we're talking about self control. And the question is, do you have self control? I can tell you this. There have been some moments I have been big bad. And really, I did something that I should not have. And I'm gonna tell you about it because this is a testimony moment. I went to Walmart, right? And I went to Walmart with the express purpose of getting some Ben and Jerry's pistachio ice cream. Yes, I did. And then I went to the chip aisle, right? And I saw, we eat with our eyes anyway. So I saw the Cheetos bag with the hard Cheetos, the crunchy Cheetos. I had both of them things in my hand, and I was walking next to my friend, and I was like, you know what? I don't need this, do I? And he was like, no, you don't need this. Put it back. Put it back. So I put them back. I did put them back. I did get the Outshine fruit bars though, because I can overindulge on those. Those are just beautiful ones. If you ever have a chance to get them, get the lime bars. Those are just the best. The best. But we're going to talk today a little bit about this guy named Daniel. You may know him, you may know of him, but let's look deeper into his story for the next minute or so. In Daniel chapter 1, verse 8, it says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. So, this lesson presents a question that we all would do well to ponder, right? Ponder just means think about. And it says a strict compliance with Bible requirements will be a blessing to both body and soul. The fruit of the Spirit is not only love, joy, and peace, but temperance also. We are enjoined not to defile our bodies, for they are the temples of the Holy Spirit. So again, we have these different things within us that have to be nurtured. The Holy Spirit is putting things into your body, into your life that have to be nurtured. And if they're not being nurtured the way He would have them be nurtured, then they're going to be neglected. So, are you going to nurture those things or are you going to neglect those things? Here's a few ways to nurture them. Okay. So it says, when the Hebrews were captive, right? Uh, Amid the seductive influences of the luxurious courts of Babylon, they stood firm. Our youth of today are surrounded with all allurements to self indulge, especially every form of sensual gratification that's made so easy and inviting. But remember, those who, like Daniel, refuse to defile themselves will reap the reward of temperate habits. With their greater physical stamina and increased power of endurance, they have a bank deposit upon which to draw in case of emergency. So the question is this: are you getting out there? Out there means outside. Are you going for a walk? Are you exercising? Are you physically taking care of the body that the Lord has given to you? Remember, we all may want to say, hey, Lord, go send me. But if our bodies are not in a good shape, the Lord might not send you. The Lord will make a way, yes, but we also have to make sure that our bodies are capable of going where He sends us. The question is this: are you exercising your soul and your mind? Because if you're not exercising them, and I don't mean with, lifting weights right now, I'm talking about, are you exercising your soul and your mind with things that are of God? Are you having Bible studies every day? Are you helping people? Are you being compassionate? Are you showing that, hey, I at least got some fruits of the Spirit in me? Or do people have to really dig down deep and pull back the layers to see that, oh, there's a child of God? It should not be that hard to identify a child of God. Let's just be honest here. But sometimes on earth we get a little, our exterior becomes a little, maybe, we become a hard shell to crack, so to speak. So the question is this: you have physical habits which promote mental superiority, intellectual power, physical stamina, length of life depending on your immutable laws. Nature's God will not interfere to preserve men from the consequences of violating nature's requirement. So he who strives for the mastery must be temperate in all things. Daniel had clearness of mind and a firm purpose, and acquiring knowledge and resisting temptation were due great in degree to the plainness of his diet in connection with his life of prayer. So it's not just what you're putting into your body, it's what you're putting out. Are you putting out a life of prayer? Does your life reflect one of prayer? If you are trying to win a marathon, if you are trying to run a race, are you saying that? Are you actually putting in the work? Because understand, this is a race and this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. We got to get up daily, die to self daily, get up daily, die to self daily, get up daily, die to self daily. And if you are not praying for strength, you're going to fail, you're going to fall, you're going to stumble. But just like the athletes train for the Olympics, just like basketball stars train for basketball, and whatever sport you may think of, we too have to train. Because if you're not training yourself, if you're not training your prayer life, then what's actually going to end up happening is you're going to fall short. And we don't want that for you. You should not want that for yourself. So, in closing, I will ask you this question. Even though the story of Daniel is one that's very powerful, remember Daniel and his companions, when they were taken into Babylon captivity, they were very young. They were not old people. No offense against my seniors, not at all. I love my seniors, y'all know that. But they were very young. So, to my young people, I ask you this: are you standing on the promises that God has given you? Are you working things out to where spiritually you will be more spiritually mature? And my older people too, are you lighting the light, shining the way of, hey, don't go this way. Make sure that you're following God's footsteps. Our purpose is to build up precious rays of light that God has given us on this precious subject of Christian temperance. Self-control. You either have it or you're building it. And if you don't have it, start building it. How do you build self-control? Start with prayer. I will start there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I hope to see you all in the morning.